Hello YouTubers! As I said a couple of videos back, I have a plan of making some overviews or, well, generally videos about ruins that in my eyes look interesting. So today we are going to visit a monastery, or what's left of a monastery. It's mainly the monastery's church. It has been the biggest church in the medieval Estonia, as by square meters, or the surface area. The monastery is named Saint Birgitta's monastery or convent, and it's some order coming from Sweden. And after the Saint Birgitta's church, the whole area got its name. It's now called Pirita, which is Estonian adaptation of Birgitta. The monastery was built in early 15th century. The first half of it, 1430 something, it was completed, and it was destroyed by Ivan the Terrible, or Ivan the Terrible, with the better pronunciation of the Russian name Ivan. I have no idea why British and Americans call it Ivan. Anyways, the monastery is mostly gone. I think I haven't been there for a few decades, but the monastery church stands mostly, all the walls and the facade. It's huge. You can still see it from the sea, actually. It's so big. And you should be able to see the church on the right now. And we are going to see it.
In front of me right now you can see the church ruins and also the monastery entrance. And actually there is a new monastery. You see it on the left, this tower. That's their church, I believe. So there is actually now active monastery here again, and they are the ones taking care of these ruins also. I'm standing with my back against the church front wall right now, and this thing here caught my eye. At first I thought this is some sort of special grave, but actually it seems to be an altar where people start their or end their pilgrimages. I think that's the correct word. Never used it, never been on one, so let's hope I got that correct. Anyway, when people want their sins to be forgiven and they will have to walk from one church to another church on the other side of the country, this is where they start or end the journey. So this is the highway side entrance to the church. And this is what's left of the interior of the church. These here would have been support pillars that hold up the roof. And there you can also see where the roof arcs started. That's the front from inside. And the church was actually split into two halves. And I understand that half was for common citizens and half were for nuns. And they were separated with sort of a fence, or definitely not a wall, but steel barrier. So this entrance there, this is the rear wall. This is where the main altar would have been, and to the right of that there's an entrance to the monks' side of monastery. So apparently there were monks in this monastery too, and on that side then we should have the nuns' side. And no, I don't know this by heart. I obtained a little map from the ticket office. So this is the church area we're in right now, and this is the entrance to the monks' side. And this all was for the nuns. So let's explore around the church and see what's left of that. So this is what the monastery looks from the reverse side. Also the monks' side for better reference. And there you can also see some remains of the monks' side, which I think would have been accommodation areas. I will have to check from the map. So at the far left corner there, that was actually a smaller chapel. And this bit over here on the left was dining area for the monks, and on the right this was for preparing the food and serving the food. Through that wall there were some holes in the wall for serving the food through there. So from the monks' dining room, I don't know where this leads, but okay, it seems to end up there and not go anywhere further, so I'm not quite sure what the purpose of this has been. So as we move from the dining area to the rear side of the church, on the right you can actually see a side stream of the Pirita river, which itself is further down there. And this bit I'm in right now, and that goes into here and also connects with the main church. I have no clue how it's called in English, but the purpose of this, it went all around the monk's side, and the nuns had similar also. So this was a passage where people would think and ponder and solve some questions, most likely. So this went round and round until you solved your problem or worn out your legs. So let's get back to through the church to the nuns' side and have a peek at that. Right as we get through this door, we will also see the new monastery. So there is a new active monastery right next to the old one that started some 15 years ago again, I think. I'm not quite sure. I recall seeing it in the news. And here you can see a similar round passage as with the monk's side, but the nun's side, I would say, is slightly bigger. So it was definitely a nun's convent. So this is the other side of this monastery church. The sun is not making it easy, but I think you can see a fair bit. And there are some rooms here for, I'm pretty sure that these were for accommodation. This was the inner yard, and that over there, I think that was the toilet for this. I'm not again sure what do you call her in English, but the lady who runs the monastery. Abbot or something. Or is that the toilet? One or the other. I saw it on the map. Judging by the size, it's more logical that this would have been it. So what was that? I will have to check on the map again. That's the bigger one. Was the toilet for the chief lady, and I'm not sure, there's no reference to this one, so I'm assuming that maybe a toilet for the rest. Anyway, we'll now go check out the basement over here. So I've entered the basement where they stored firewood and such, and I'm not sure, but I'm guessing this could have been a furnace. But if they had one furnace for the whole monastery, does this mean they had central heating? Right next to the other one, there's one more basement area. So the map says that this was the kitchen. Yeah, I can see why they told it. I mean, looks pretty obvious. Anyway, there are some more basementy things there on the left, and I'll also explore this side of the round passage on the nun's side. I've put some roofs here to protect it. So there are very many entrances to the church. I wonder why so many. Was there a competition? Who gets there first? There's the new monastery again. These ruins have actually been used for making the movie The Last Relic. At least I think that's how it would be translated to English. An old movie. Might be interesting for some of you to see. This stair comes down from the kitchen. So let's see. What are they storing here? Ah, stones. Another explanation why this was a kitchen. The sun is just blocking. Oh, okay, this is better. Actually, this passage seems to have a second floor also, but of course there's no staircase anymore to take anyone up there. So let's check out this other basement place here. Not sure what they stored here. Map doesn't say. But it has several entrances. I know in the old days the monasteries in the town used to make beer and sell it to people to support the monastery, because, you know, you may believe in God but you still have expenses, so I've seen actually pictures of people up in that tower. I wonder if there's still a way to get up there. Most likely not. It'll be shut off for safety reasons. The only way I could think would be from here, but I already looked that did not take anywhere. Aha, there's a door behind the left hole. So that could lead up there, but it's all locked and there's not even a ladder to get up there. So I discovered another door that was not locked. Should we go down there? There's no light. another basement. You most likely will not be able to see much. So I think this concludes the tour of this monastery.
So this was the St. Bridget's Order Church and Monastery, destroyed by Ivan or Ivan, the ever so lovely from Russia. There are more to come, hopefully. So, thanks for watching, and hopefully we'll see you soon.